What if I told you that a small, overlooked 5-cent coin sitting quietly in a drawer could be worth more than $500,000? Not a gold coin. Not a century-old relic. But a modern nickel. Specifically, the 1990p mint-marked Jefferson nickel. Yes, the very coin that millions of Americans handled without a second thought. And yet, in today's high-stakes collector market, a rare example of this coin has reached an astonishing current market value of $587,000. The question is not whether this is possible. The question is, could one be closer to you than you think? Let's begin with the reality most people ignore. In 1990, the United States Mint struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels at its Philadelphia facility, identified by the small P mint mark. These coins feature the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. Ordinary examples are worth 5 cents. But extraordinary era versions? That's where fortunes are made. Now pause for a moment. When was the last time you actually looked at a nickel? Not glanced. Looked. If you're like most people between 30 and 65, you've handled thousands of them. You've dropped them into jars, used them for parking meters, maybe even left them behind on a dresser. But buried in that everyday routine is an uncomfortable truth. The difference between 5 cents and $587,000 can be microscopic. Here's where Act 1 shifts into revelation. The 1990p Jefferson nickel that commands such a staggering value isn't ordinary. It's a high-grade, rare mint-era specimen, one exhibiting a dramatic strike anomaly combined with pristine preservation. We're talking about coins with off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned die errors so pronounced that they transform a simple nickel into a museum-level collectible. When authenticated and graded at the highest levels, these coins become trophies for elite collectors. And elite collectors don't negotiate softly. In recent years, demand for rare U.S. mint errors has surged. Why? Because serious investors understand something powerful: scarcity plus condition equals leverage. A flawless, dramatic 1990p era nickel in near-perfect mint state is not just currency. It's a financial instrument. It's a store of wealth. It's an asset class hiding in plain sight. Let me ask you something bold. If you discovered a coin worth $587,000 in your possession, would you recognize it? Or would you unknowingly spend it on coffee? That's the fear trigger most people avoid. Across America, rare coins are spent every single day because their owners simply don't know what to look for. But you're not here to be average. You're here because you sense opportunity. You want financial elevation. You want to turn overlooked objects into life-changing assets. Now we enter Act 2, the awakening. The 1990p Jefferson nickel may appear common, but certain era varieties separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. A strong double die on the lettering. A severe off-center strike that leaves part of Jefferson's portrait shifted dramatically. A broad strike with distorted rims. Or a perfectly preserved example graded at the highest mint state levels by top certification services. These are not damaged coins. They are mint-created anomalies, born in the press room, not in circulation. Imagine the moment a coin press at the Philadelphia Mint slightly misaligns. Metal blanks feed in at high speed, thousands per hour. And in that split second of mechanical imperfection, history is made. Most errors are caught and destroyed. A few slip through. Those survivors become legends. And here's the excitement: many of these coins entered circulation unnoticed. They were mixed into rolls, sent to banks, handed out in change. Which means they didn't begin their life in velvet cases. They began in everyday pockets. This is where attention resets. Let's be honest, most of us have jars of coins somewhere in the house. If coins could talk, some would be screaming, "Stop ignoring me!" Humor aside, that dusty jar could represent untapped equity. Not hypothetical. Documented. The market has spoken. High-grade 1990p era nickels have achieved jaw-dropping valuations, with one elite example reaching approximately $587,000 in today's collector market. That's not pocket change. That's a down payment on freedom. That's business capital. That's generational leverage. But here's the urgency: the window narrows over time. As more collectors become educated, as more coins are discovered and certified, competition intensifies. The earlier you search, the greater your advantage. Waiting doesn't increase your odds. Action does. Now we transition into Act 3, the empowered decision. If you are serious about transforming overlooked coins into serious money, you must operate with precision. Examine every 1990p Jefferson nickel carefully. Look for striking abnormalities. Study the lettering. Inspect the alignment of the design. Preserve condition at all costs. Never clean a coin. Never polish it. Cleaning destroys value faster than you can imagine. Professional authentication is critical. High-value coins are verified and graded by respected third-party services. Grade determines price. Condition determines leverage. And leverage determines lifestyle. Picture this: you send in what you thought was just another nickel. Weeks later, you receive confirmation. It's a rare, high-grade mint error. The valuation comes back in the hundreds of thousands. In that moment, your perception of small change changes forever. This isn't fantasy. It's strategy. The American coin market is one of the most transparent and competitive collectible markets in the world. Wealthy buyers actively seek trophy-era coins because they combine rarity, story, and historical authenticity. And the 1990p Jefferson nickel stands as proof that even modern coins can achieve legendary status. So here's the final question. Will you treat your spare change as clutter, or as concealed capital? Some viewers will finish this video and move on. Others will walk to their coin jar tonight. They will check drawers. They will inspect rolls from the bank. They will pay attention. And among those who act, a few will discover something extraordinary. Opportunity rarely announces itself loudly. Sometimes, it whispers in 5-cent increments. The 1990p Jefferson nickel is more than a coin. It's a reminder that wealth often hides in ordinary places, waiting for uncommon awareness. And for those prepared to recognize it, $587,000 is not just a number. It's a turning point. Now the decision is yours.